Hi, we're John Jacobs. What's John Jacobs? Well, we make extremely premium quality eyewear at extremely non-premium prices. Literally 1/3 the price of your fancy labels. And I know what you're thinking. How the do we do that? You see, we are not part of the mafia that controls 90% of the market. Our self-made eyewear is
at least half of his team's deaths
of
at the
science,
win rate,
scientifically
double that
tested raw
of when he is
materials, scientific robotic lens cutting technology, and
லீசன் மாட்டிக்கலாம் இங்க இந்த கார்னர்ல இருக்கான். நீ அந்த டோர்ல இருந்து அடிக்கலாம். டோர்ல இருந்து நீ அந்த டோர்ல இருந்து அடிக்கலாம். டோர்ல இருந்து அந்த டோர்ல இருந்து அடிக்கலாம். டோர்ல இருந்து
I guess because you
seems just by default they wanted to have a vessel in their team. It's like, okay, this is one of those items we need, and Kunkka can buy it. It's decent stats, but I overall agree that it does not seem like the ideal item in this game.
Because they already have the power to blow up one person, right? They Primal Roar and they Torrent and both. That person's gonna die. I think you just want to be able to scale a bit more with your Kunkka. I think you would like to be able to see like one of those, if you can, Radiance, games. Unlikely, maybe.
He's the most farmed hero on their team. Next back onto Expower. I don't think they're going for an actual kill here. Creating space, forcing a TP or a rotation or two, and all this is going on. Of course, Madara, you can expect him to be hitting up the jungle, hitting some creeps. He may get found soon, but they have been struggling to kill him.
I mean, you got Battle Fury up, so the clock has started. Madara will begin to carry his team now. The question is, will he have enough time? And will that burden become just too heavy to get across the finish line?
Doesn't carry status typically mean third item?
Yeah, about that.
But the countdown to him carrying the game has started now.
Yes. Well, he's already starting to carry it. It's just that it's not the big enough. He doesn't have a big enough load just yet. He's got to wait, brew it up, and once he's got the items required, it's time to rock and roll. And they will get runes this time on Ad Finim.
All right,
that's cool. That's
3
the first time
out of 4. Not going for the 4th, but that's been a big part of this gold discrepancy. Even when AM gets items, like the Sven being ahead means can't easily fight.
MNT, dude, one nuke is fine, but then he stuck around.
Space created.
No. Can't TP out from the
Space
case?
created. Look at it. Look at it. This is like 15 seconds.
Yeah.
It's just building the streak, too. The bigger the streak, the harder they fall. That means you get more gold for killing the Ember. At some point, I'm pretty sure it's actually worthwhile to feed yourself in order to grow that bounty bonus. I'm not sure when.
That's going to be a TI strategy?
It could be.
That's Kyle's time to shine. Ready to go back to playing competitive. Nothing, Kyle? No?
Sorry, I was watching something else. What did you ask?
Oh no.
Buck's going to check it out with X. He's not going to get inside the pit, but he's going to be able to get the torrent. Be too late to actually stop Roshan from being taken, though. And it's now a Heaven's Helper. Yeah. Alright, this is going to be a very tanky Kunkka.
Another arrow. Oh. You're even hit by one previously. But, yeah. Tower's starting to feel like they're going to drop on this dire side now.
The really like disturbing thing about this is that Singularity isn't like hard countered by AM farming for another 20 minutes. You know, like they're still gonna have a very clear game where they have a bunch of disables and a really hard hitting physical damage carry.
They get the tier 1 tower top. Sven a bit too late to deny it.
Yeah, I like that he went Midas on the Sven, because this is where the reason you beat AM is because you get your 6 slot so much faster than he does in Madara bottom. Mage?
He still needs an escape.
Oh, okay. He had Aegis, so I'm fine with that play. I was like, dude, that's very risky without that.
Madara will be
AM? Oh,
forced.
On target? Just a little to the right, much like Luke. He'll get another shot. Top lane.
Oh, it's MNT. Him and Spartan having a bit of a contest.
What the?
I don't know why I'm just doing this.
What the?
Has there been a single winner's curse that is to a kill?
No.
I'm pretty sure it's led into like almost 0 damage.
That was a particularly bizarre one. Like the one top when he's baiting and, well, not baiting, when he's just trying to create space and buy some time, sure. But that's just like, hi, I'm just waddling by. Here's Winter's Curse. See ya.
But I'm gonna keep playing top. Ha ha. Got him. They'll never expect this.
He's caught.
I mean, he could still just teleport away.
Yeah, they're not even bothering to chase it. Like, this Wyvern kill is not worth the effort. And now there's no Winter's Curse for this defense. AM, I think, realizing he may have to come to the fight, he's going to TP to the shrine. He's going to cut waves. I like this call. Now they just have to clear these creeps.
Spartan, no, not like this.
He gets rolled though. It is an Aegis, so he's got no remnants.
Does he have no remnants?
Yeah.
He has no remnants.
0.
It's gonna be.
Oh, he's got. Never mind. He's got one.
He had that
He
one.
has no more to cast.
AM cut the wave though.
Yeah.
Really well done. That's why you don't TP here. They lose the tier 3, but he gets a ton of gold and he prevents the push.
Yeah, he TP'd, but he TP'd to the shrine to cut the wave, so he was made a very heads-up play. Now he's on the
Manta.
run.
There you go.
Yep. Smart call. Knew that all his team had to do was kill off a couple of creeps that were in the base at that point. Just buying time to get himself online. Scotty queued up next. That's the 3rd big item, and that's when theoretically he should be online. He'll be level like almost 20 by that point, so I imagine he'll be at least in a fairly strong state.
You've got to win this game, your Singularity. Like, nice stun onto Skylark. But after that last one, I want to see them continue with this measured level of aggression, but I want them to try and close this one out. Do not let it get past 35 minutes. Win this game. Take it to them.
It seems like they had that plan. The Vlad's now being picked up by DNC instead of going for like an Aghanim Scepter, which would have scaled you a lot better into the late game. Like, he is very clearly saying, I'm just getting the team fight items we want now to end.
Well, formulaic from Singularity at this point. 21-6, 9k gold. Not all done and dusted just yet, but they are going from objective to objective. Grabbing these bounty runes, although only getting 2 of them. Not wanting to play down this bottom side.
Oh. $9k the gold lead. Madara catching up to the Sven. Would really love some more objectives here. Maybe next time has got to come through. He's had enough opportunities. Perhaps the next time will be the one he succeeds. But if you're going to have some crazy turnaround fight that gets AF back into this, it's going to be on the back of a Wyvern ult into a combo.
Yeah.
Especially when you consider SNG is about to come siege the base. Ags on Ember, no Aegis to speak of, however.
I feel like this could be the fight that AM's gonna be forced to be in.
Blink Fire Strike. Sven follows up with a stun. Ice Boss is there. There's Winter's Curse. Catches that just sanking. Mirana doing some right click damage and a whole lot. And Mage is just on the back lines. Another kill onto Spartan. And it looks like uncontested racks for Singularity. Maybe see some pickups on the way out. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case though. Mirana just leaps on out.
AM got to do pretty much no damage to the tier 3. Because they have an Ember Spirit who can TP back, deal with the creep wave, and still join his team for a fight. So they don't really have that opportunity to force SNG back and reset. So Singularity's just going to keep going.
Yeah. TP's on in.
Oh, BKB used.
BKB, yeah.
Maybe next time.
No curse available, Madara. Can't really do a whole lot of damage in that BKB and forced a Manta out. And luckily for him, the arrow did not land as the X pulled back on the mage into the boat, but still no real threat to his life as Venom throwing spells, but not really doing any damage whatsoever. Buyback from the Winter Wyvern out of necessity as, oh my, Kunkka just gets deleted and an easy disengage for Singularity.
This is what I'm talking about. Just keep playing around that Sven. He's not taking damage, and you're not threatened by any of these Ad Infinitum cores. They don't have the poke. It's just Animage that's true damage. Gets the courier, though.
Goes in. Trying to see if he can get caught by Bottle Strike here, and uh-oh, Madara.
Oh, no.
He's overstepped his welcome. That may just be the game. A Winter's Curse finally comes out, but it's too little too late.
One of the things I really don't like about the AM here is that he doesn't have a hero he can really latch onto well.
Yeah.
The Ancient Apparition was able to get a Force Staff, but naturally you're dealing with Mirana, Sand King, like these heroes are very mobile. They're going to get away from you when you blink on them, so there's not even that counter threat. You see Mage just diving supports freely. The AM can't really do the same and get that fast kill for them. Even when he gets Scotty, even when he gets Butterfly, he's still going to have an issue with that. It's only once he gets like Basher plus Manta plus everything else that he can maybe blow up a support.
And look at the itemization, too. Like, Thug has Vessel Halberd. The Beastmaster has Pipe, Vlad's Medallion, Tranquil Boots. None of it, they didn't worry about their own game at all. They're just support characters. And
Yeah.
They don't have the time to wait for their AM. They had to get involved faster.
And they kind of saw how last game went and just stuck to that same game plan where their two other core players just play supportive roles to Madara, but they got run over so hard, so fast that there's just nothing they can do. And this blast will clip the Beastmaster and help finish him off. Madara's back, but back for what, really? It's being rooted up and not really ready to fight. Epicenter going in forward on Kunkka. AM on the back line. Skull get the AA. Just a 5-position kill for Madara. That's about all he can do, it feels like. Lincoln out.
Careful, Madara. Oh, there we go. Big ultimate from the Wyvern. They're going to have tons of follow-up for this.
3-man Torrent, big cleave.
Yeah. Nice Burrow Strike to try and get out of there. The Sand King's still alive for now, but unfortunately for him, there is some dust. He is still trying to juke, but he's being caught out, so
That's what they've been waiting for. That is the combo.
Curse into Torrent.
Yeah, that's cool and everything, but your 2 lanes are racks down. It's 19k gold lead. Your AM is not about to eclipse the Sven. Yeah, I don't know. There's something about this Ad Infinitum team and their item builds and how like passive they play for their damage. Right? They seem to have this idea that like tank is king and utility items are king.
But they're not really putting it together in the way you'd expect.
I'm not an experienced enough Kunkka player to know like what was the build for this game.
I can tell you it wasn't Vessel Halberd.
But I could kind of see how Halberd's still damage.
Is it though?
Because you're Vessel isn't damage.
I just don't think you can get both. Like they're more utility style items. You need to have a BKB to defend your base. You cannot not have a BKB. It's past the 30-minute mark. You're still the full recipe away.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure Radiance is too slow of an item build. And I don't know how viable the old right-click Kunkka build, the cleave build is. So maybe it was Halberd, BKB, and then some other item after that. AC. For Excalibur, they're not going to make the same mistake they did last game with not getting an AC the entire game. Granted, Sven naturally built into it.
This game definitely doesn't have that same kind of glimmer of hope feel that last game did. Feels much more like a inevitable wait for Ad Finum to just kind of fall over.
Well, to be honest, I didn't think there was much of a glimmer last game either, but that glimmer was produced at some point.
I mean,
So
this
who
is where they rebounded previously as well, though. 2 racks down, 1 bottom lane remaining to defend.
A 99% win probability for the enemy team.
This is where Ad Finum likes to be. In fact, some might say that Singularity has played right into their hands.
Is that so?
Madara Uchiha stands alone
Always.
against the fighting tyranny of the Radiant. Oh, Jesus.
He's about to stand alone because his teammates are dying and dying quick. Nice. No, not so nice, Chris. We'll kind of spend a little bit on the back lines. Roar comes out. Pexu is dead. As DNZ just leaps away from the AM, who's going to be forced to blink his way, try and get himself back to the fountain, but he's got no hope. He's immediately buys back, but Mega Creep's about to be claimed with this one last rain tracks. And this game really done and dusted.
I would agree.
So, apparently you can dispel counterspell.
Interesting.
Yeah, and so I was like, this is one of the things I always nerd out about, is like, I want to see Stormhammer dispel his enemies. Like, I'm so convinced that that's got to be good in some game somewhere. Right? There's a lot of, like, good...
It's really against Monkey King.
Yeah, dispel's, like, really strong. The problem is, I looked it up, it applies this dispel after the Stormhammer. So I was thinking it would be dope against AM, like you could always stun that guy. He couldn't counterspell you, but
That doesn't
it does the damage, then the debuff, then the dispel.
Huh.
Yeah,
That's weird.
so...
If it dispelled, it should dispel first, you'd think. 'Cause that would make more sense. Also, because, let's say, like, I have a hammer, right? If I throw this hammer, it stuns you. That's the normal effect. Now it's dispelling as well. Wouldn't that be something, like, applied to the hammer? Sort of like...
Dire don't look too scared of Radiant's top tower. Radiant's bottom tower just
Lived
fall?
on, and so did I.
Do Radiant want their middle tower to fall?
Yeah, but I don't know if he's gonna make that in time, Liz. If someone would help Miposhka, that'd be great. Sonic Wave? What? Oh no. Luckily there was no steal, but he'll still die for it.
Very interesting the way they played that. I believe if they just go on that gyro, they can take him down easily, but instead Crystal Maiden goes in, Queen of Pain goes completely back even though she has Sonic Wave. Kunkka running away with 100% HP, and Hood and Magic Wand with 89. They could have just killed the gyro there too, but I guess they were afraid that because OD bought back, they're in a bad spot. They didn't really think about all the spells and all the mana and resources that were already expended by 178, because truth be told, 178, they didn't really have a lot of gas left in their tank. They could have fought them.
It felt indecisive though. Now OD
Bounty?
can't decide if he's staying or if he's going. The boat's gonna come through and he doesn't have Science Eclipse anymore, which means Pikachu is dead. Stolen boat. Sent back at him, but doesn't hit the mark. V2 needs to get out of this. No song for 50 seconds. Hard kill nonetheless. Especially with the defense of Aloha.
Disruption.
Dan's coming out. Root on the gyrocopter, gonna get him low. He's gonna go down. They didn't get him before, but they'll get him now. They'll clean up Big Nim because Nick's gonna chase that down. Petishara might make it out, but if they see him for an X for a second, he's dead.
They will see him.
There it is. He's trying to take V2 with him, but that is a stretch to say the least. Meanwhile, Big Nim did get out because he stole the blink. But in the mid lane, Happy Darara, luckily for him, he's the tanky boy. Nyx doesn't have the damage.
I just have to mention that this Naga, Vitune, he has had 0 deaths so far in all 3 games in this Grand Final series. Vitune, my friends, is without a death.
No, he's playing Godly Dora right now. I think it would be fair to say that while they didn't get the first slot, if I went by at least second day standards, obviously he's been the best performing player. Big Nim will escape. It's just Blink. You can't easily find him here. You're gambling. It's a game of cat and mouse. But no, seriously, like I look at V2 right now and I like the way he's getting involved in Naga. Like I think it's compared to, for example, Epileptic Kid in the VP lineup. The way that they play this Naga, the way that they make space for him and they realize their timings works a lot better than it did for VP. I think VP is maybe spending a bit too long farming, but V2
I have to agree. I have to agree completely. I believe that's about the player more than about the team, because the Naga player has to also decide when to get involved. And this new Naga with 3 raid bands and the Manta is more than capable of fighting. Obviously, it changes from one game to another depending on what heroes she's playing up against, but in most scenarios, Manta, 3 raid bands, power treads, you're good to go. You can start fighting. Contributing at least. You don't have to go like...
You don't have to fully commit, but you should be in the neighborhood so that if a fight goes down...
Just your illusions can destroy supports. Just your illusions at that point are strong enough. That's basically the fact. This new Naga is very strong.
Also benefits other heroes. Like the Kunkka loves to have that Riptide effect coming in. Even if he doesn't have big damage items, he still does significant damage, even with the damage talent alone. And now with the damage out from the siege creep, they should be able to take this tier 2 as well. And the map is getting awfully small. I mean, look at this from 178. You know they're scared when the entire team comes for arguably the most worthless tower in the game.
Not arguably, it is the tower that everyone just ignores usually. It's a tower that doesn't really give you a lot. The dire side already has the entrance to the bottom lane throughout the shrine or the tier 2. It doesn't really matter. And also the radiant access to the small camp and the hard camp is already difficult enough, so that the place where Slardar is farming, that is. So it doesn't really matter if you take down that tier 1 or not.
Fair point. And speaking of Slardar, he almost has his Aghanim Scepter online, but I don't know. I just feel like while it's going to be good because you're stuck in your base, I feel like if you had a Blink Dagger, you wouldn't have to look at it that way, that this Axe will be great when we're sitting in our base, guys. And you will be, because Roche is being done right now by Hellraisers.
They're not even thinking. They're just out pushing the lanes. They're even scared about going uphill here, as they have no vision. OD is the bravest one, it seems. He does have that...
Brave